Some days I feel truly lucky, and today was, after two failed attempts, being able to, on the third one, finally find the Big Daddy Lingcod again. It's a bit of a swim to get to the spot, but with a lot of waves and current we've been having, it's been tough to find the exact spot. So I was really happy. That was a nice flat day, and I was able to find him again. Seeing him still out there guarding his eggs. And what I didn't realize is he is very aggressive. Instant replay. Greenling's coming through his turf, and he is ready to strike like a missile. And I'm feeling like, based on the way he's acting, I'm going to call him a Daryl. Daryl the Lingcod. So Daryl's just hanging out there. Again, it's funny. He's got this favorite perch where he just sits there like that. He's able to see out the left side, right side, and really get a good covering for his little turf. I really didn't realize like how many times and how aggressive he gets towards the camera. I think he's getting more and more aggressive since I haven't eaten him yet. So you can see I moved the camera over to him and he was not happy about me being in his turf again. Comes over to check out the camera. And I think Daryl's eggs are getting ready to hatch, I'm hoping. I think maybe like 1.5 more months. But you can see his perch is getting awfully close to where his eggs are. So Daryl makes a move. You can tell every other fish down there has a little second thought when it sees him. But Daryl's pretty cute. You can see he's got a little scar on his front nose, probably from crashing into things, chasing other fish off of his nest. And something really interesting, on the farthest right, you can see there's a lithoid crab, and I think it's another heart crab, scuttling around a rock. You can see again, Daryl's kicking everybody around. But if you see on the very edge of the camera reach, there's a little leg that's moving around, and that's another heart crab. So I have another video posted for Gus the heart crab, and once you start seeing one, you'll see many more. So I decided to start a little bit of drama. So I came over and I crushed an urchin and I dumped its contents in front of the camera because I figured maybe if we'll get a couple small greenlings, Daryl can get himself a snack too. So Daryl comes to investigate the urchin, realizes that is not too much of interest, and goes back to his favorite perch. You can see that lithoid crab kind of making its way over to the left. And Daryl rockets at some other fish that was near his way. It's just amazing to see how aggressive they are. And now you can start seeing there's a greenling that was interested in the chum that I spread. I think the word's getting out in the street that there's some good tasties there. I'm sure at the detriment of Daryl, who's not happy about anyone being anywhere near him. So you can now start to see the shadows. There's a greenling dead from the camera. I think in the future I'm going to drop the chum a little further ahead, but you can see a little male greenling, kelp greenlings, taking a snack. And Daryl's about to pop off on him, so the little greenling makes an exit. At this point, I'm realizing I'm the worst neighbor possible. I'm just causing disputes between everybody that's living down there. But that's okay. That's I guess that's what it takes to get some entertainment nowadays. At least all my human neighbors can say I don't do that to them. Yet. See a little male kelp greenling, a little female kelp greenling. Everyone's just kind of cruising around there because there's a lot of snack. But you can tell they're very wary. Their fins are fully raised because they know there's a big lingcod just beside them that may or may not want to take a snack out of them. So the uni's getting smashed, and then the greenling gets chased right out of there. Comes back to the perch. Rockets off somewhere else. He's an active father. Let me see his greenling. That's a nice size greenling kind of cruising through, and it was the wrong neighborhood. So I'm hoping that maybe around, I'm going to keep visiting this guy, but I'm guessing that around mid-March, hopefully, maybe April, his eggs will fully be hatched and he'll be free and liberated from holding down this little fort. But I'll keep everybody posted. I'll go visit him again. You can see that heart crab is eating something off the sponge there. And so you can see him starting to raise his fins. I'm going down there. And since I've been able to kind of be out down there and hang out with him before, I figure I'm kind of curious about how does he feel about me getting a little closer is my question. So kind of shake my little pry bar at him, see if he's interested. And then he kind of gets more aggressive and gets on that rock. So I backpedal a little bit. But I have an idea now. Instead of jiggling, I'm just going to go in confident. Smooth criminal. So I'm up there doing my breathe up, getting my safety timings, and then I'm going to come down. And I figure, okay, well, I got pretty close. I guess before I do, we get a little B-roll of this small greenling being very scared, but also very hungry for that urchin. And we're about to see the gush of the uni being snacked by this little greenling. He's adorable. Just sitting there in the bottom right corner and chomping. Oh, it's got a good bit there. And here I go. I return with my confident, smooth pry bar. And I end up giving him a little couple scratches on the tail. And he squares up with me. So I figure, what if I just lift you up a little bit by your chin? How do you feel about that? He seemed confident, so I gave him some strokes on the fin, gave him some scratches on the bottom of the chin like a little dog. And I finished off with a couple gentle little taps. And Daryl was not happy. He got his jaw muscles ready and he swam after trying to bite me. After he saw I was rising up to the surface quickly, he just drops down and goes back to his spot. I have never petted a lingcod before, but this is, I think, the beginning of something beautiful between me and Daryl. Maybe Daryl is not very happy with this, but I am very happy with myself. And we return to the B-roll of that same little greenling that had a bite and is now coming back for more. He's just on a full chomp train out there, snacking at uni. And I will definitely be doing another set of filming where I'll chum the water in front of the camera and not dump it right in front of the camera. I'll give it a little bit more space. So it's. But I didn't want to put the urchin too close to Daryl's house because he's. I didn't want to cause too much drama. But the little kelp greenling is just chomping away. And that's a gushy shot right there. I can see him just chewing the eggs. The juices are coming out of his gills as he's chomping through all that juicy goodness. This time of year, before the spawning of all the urchins, they are absolutely loaded with uni. So I return, this time with my hand, and I decide, what happens if I grab his tail very gently? So I grab him by the tail, kicks out of it, doesn't run away, and then squares up with me again and gets his mouth ready to bite. You can see he's kind of widening in his face. Okay, there you go. It narrows out as I back up. But I don't think that Daryl is taking too kindly to me. And I noticed this after the first couple of dives. He's getting more and more, I guess, posturing and aggressive towards me. I guess he's realizing, again, I haven't eaten him yet, so he's got a better chance of scaring me off. And he thinks in his mind that he's won every one of these fights. I am sure of it. As a hook and line angler before diving, I will say I feel a little bad for fishing for these guys. I never realized how expressive they are and how, I guess, colorful their personalities are. But it's one of those things where I guess you have to recognize everything down there has a personality. Everything down there has a bit of character, including this little greenling down there on the far right, just absolutely demolishing the uni. And it's okay, I suppose, to eat the fish, but it's also important to recognize that they have personalities and they have a lot more value than just the meat on their bones. I don't think I'm ever going to shoot Daryl. Now that I know where he is at. If anything, maybe I'll try feeding him next. And with these two little greenlings down there eating the uni, I decide I think it's probably time to leave poor Daryl alone. And with that, Daryl, I'm going to be back tomorrow. As he comes devilishly towards me with his mouth loaded up, ready to bite. So I will report back if I do get finally bit. And with that, farewell, Daryl. I will see you tomorrow. He's like, oh God, no, please no.